Welcome to techaily.ai, your shortcut to being well-informed. I'm your host. Today we're diving deep into a really big challenge, something that keeps IT leaders up at night, maximizing those cloud investments and, well, mastering cost optimization. This deep dive is sponsored by Stonefly. They're your trusted partner for optimizing enterprise IT infrastructure. They specialize in robust storage solutions, advanced backup and disaster recovery, hyperconverged VMware, Hyper-V, Proxmox cluster tech, AI servers, SA365, that's a turnkey security appliance, and comprehensive public and private cloud services too. Check out stonefly.com for more info. We've gathered a wealth of insights from, across the industry to help you navigate this whole ever-evolving cloud landscape. From startups just trying to get off the ground to established enterprises scaling huge operations, everyone's asking the same thing. How do we get the most value from our cloud without the costs just skyrocketing?
Precisely. And while the cloud's initial promise is, let's face it, really appealing all that agility and savings to reality, it often turns out to be far more complex. We're seeing stats like, 94% of IT leaders reporting rising cloud storage costs. Nearly 60% say it's significantly bumped up their service billing. It's a critical challenge, especially, it seems, for Microsoft Azure users, based on the data we're seeing. So our mission today really is to unpack these complexities, shine a light on the common pitfalls, and hopefully arm you with some actionable strategies to truly optimize your cloud spend.
Okay, let's get into it. First, we'll explore the cloud's incredible power, for speed and scalability. Then we'll look at why those promised benefits often get derailed by these hidden complexities. And finally, we'll dive into concrete strategies you can actually use to keep your cloud environment lean, efficient, and importantly, secure. So for many businesses, particularly startups, the cloud offers this truly transformative promise. Launch faster, scale smarter, and, theoretically, pay less. What makes it such a draw initially?
Well, I think one crucial aspect is how it helps companies avoid those huge upfront capital investments in physical hardware. That's massive. Instead of buying stacks of servers, setting up a data center, you get this pay-as-you-go model. It just transforms those big fixed capital costs into variable operational costs. That's a game changer, especially if you have a limited budget.
Yeah.
Imagine being a startup, right? And realizing your product development cycle could drop from, say, 22 weeks down to just 9, or your MVP rollout from 65 days to maybe 27. That kind of speed, it's incredibly powerful.
Right. And beyond just saving cash on kit, what's the real secret sauce to that agility? People talk about automated development environments, CI/CD pipelines, those automated software assembly lines, or containerization like Docker, Kubernetes. How much do those things really impact engineering effort and speed?
Well, they fundamentally transform it, absolutely. This automation, this modularity, it allows for really rapid iteration based on customer feedback, which is crucial for getting that minimum viable product, right? And for SaaS platforms especially, the cloud's multi-tenancy architecture serving multiple customers from one instance can handle thousands of users without performance just tanking. It offers dynamic provisioning, elasticity. Basically, you can scale compute and storage on demand, reacting to traffic spikes, business growth almost instantly, and you get low latency globally through things like content delivery networks. It's like having this incredibly flexible, always-on infrastructure just there.
That is a really compelling vision of flexibility. But let's play devil's advocate for a sec. Are there hidden trade-offs here? Does all that agility come with maybe unexpected downsides or new complexities?
Well, the immediate benefits are certainly attractive. It means businesses can almost, live in the future, seamlessly supporting remote teams, fostering global collaborations, even stress testing things in a safe sandbox before anything goes live. That dramatically slashes deployment errors and, really boosts confidence when you hit go live. The downside, which I think we'll get into, is that this seemingly infinite flexibility can lead to over-provisioning or just mismanaging resources, turning that variable cost model into something that escalates really fast if you're not careful. But the ability to quickly spin up specialized infrastructure like, say, AI servers or deploy secure environments without physical limits, that remains a core strength that on-prem just struggles to match.
Okay, so we've painted this picture of cloud paradise, amazing speed, endless scalability, the promise of efficiency. But like any big journey, there are often hidden rocks, right? Where do these grand promises start to hit rough waters for so many companies?
Yeah, the challenge really lies in the inherent complexity of modern cloud ecosystems. It's just complicated. Organizations face unpredictable growth, intricate compute resources that need deep technical know-how, and increasingly, let's be honest, labyrinthine pricing models. Then you've got escalating storage demands, the constant headache of license and service management. We've seen reports suggesting, 90% of startups fail? And even the big players, established companies like Adobe, Pinterest, they've lost significant money due to cloud mistakes. I think Adobe had an $80,000 issue with Azure from unexpected traffic, and Pinterest overspent by like $20 million on AWS because they miscalculated future needs. These aren't small oopsies.
Wow, those are eye-opening examples. It really sounds like that promise of cost savings can just evaporate if you're not managing it super carefully. So what are the most common mistakes? The strategic, the operational missteps that derail these efforts?
Yeah, several key issues pop up again and again. First, just a lack of a concrete cloud strategy. Sounds basic, right? But many companies treat it like ticking a box, not a strategic shift. Our research shows this jump-in-first approach often leads to, well, a mess, like renovating a house without any blueprints. And here's a critical bit that's often missed. You need an exit plan before you even start. Seriously, without one, you're not just tied to a vendor. You're often stuck with a cost structure you never planned for.
An exit plan before you start? That's interesting. Okay, what else?
Second, choosing the wrong cloud service provider. The business models, the payment structures, they vary massively. Not doing enough homework up front means you might end up paying a premium for stuff you don't use, or you get boxed in when you need to scale.
Right, due diligence is key.
Third, a lack of a security-first approach. Yeah, the cloud providers have sophisticated security, but user-side mistakes. Big risk. Data breaches are incredibly costly. There was a report, I think from 2020, nearly half of businesses hadn't even encrypted their databases. And this ties right into needing robust, proactive security. Things like a turnkey security appliance, maybe like the SA365, become essential for protecting sensitive data right from the get-go.
Makes sense. Protect the crown jewels.
Fourth, not projecting for growth. Like that Pinterest example, underestimating future needs is a huge pitfall. It's not just about today's demand, it's anticipating spikes, new features, user growth.
You got to look ahead.
Exactly. And fifth, that persistent on-premise versus cloud debate.
Ah, yes. The endless online arguments. It sounds like sometimes the advice isn't purely objective.
Well, yeah. You see it on places like Reddit all the time. While cloud offers that flexibility, on-prem can, surprisingly, still be cheaper for very predictable, heavy compute workloads. Think specialized AI servers running constantly. But, and it's a big but, that needs significant internal expertise and capital investment, stuff a new startup probably doesn't have. So on-prem isn't dead, but it's definitely a heavier lift, generally speaking.
So it's clearly not just technical. It's deeply strategic, operational, requires real foresight. Okay, given all these challenges, the stark reality of unexpected costs, let's pivot. Let's talk solutions. What are the most impactful, actionable strategies businesses should be using now to really get a handle on cloud costs, looking ahead to 2025 and beyond?
Right, action time. And it really has to be a multifaceted approach. There's no single magic fix. First, intelligent resource management. Automate, automate, automate. As much as you can, use tools for continuous spending monitoring, leverage AI-driven optimization. We can talk more about that to predict needs, and implement auto-scaling so resources match actual demand. Kill that idle spend.
Okay, automation is key. What's next?
Second, focus hard on advanced storage solutions. Storage costs are a huge chunk of the bill, especially with big data volumes. You need tiered storage strategies like Azure Blob Storage's tiers, moving colder data to cheaper storage, and efficient lifecycle management policies. And maybe consider hybrid models for some data, combining on-prem enterprise storage with cloud. Solutions for backup and disaster recovery are absolutely critical here too, making sure data is safe without, breaking the bank.
Makes sense. Tiering and DR. Got it.
Third, leverage discounts and benefits. This is often the low-hanging fruit. Seriously, reserve instances for predictable stuff, Azure Hybrid benefit if you have existing licenses, savings plans for flexible compute. Use them. Even just turning off non-production environments during non-working hours, apparently that's like 70% of the week, can save a lot.
It's just turning things off. Simple but effective.
Fourth, adopt FinOps practices. This is becoming super important. Think of it as bringing financial accountability to the cloud operations. Fostering a culture where everyone understands their impact on cloud spending, building cross-functional teams, real-time cost monitoring, alerts.
So making cost everyone's responsibility.
Pretty much. Fifth, don't just stick with the old stuff. Actively use the newest offerings. Think about it like your phone new models offer better performance, right? Cloud instances are similar. Upgrading to the latest generation or exploring ARM-based options like AWS Graviton 2 can give you significant price performance boosts, often without huge code changes. It's powerful, but often overlooked.
Better performance for less cost. Nice.
Yeah. And finally, maybe number 6, build sustainability into migration. This isn't just about cost, it's also the carbon footprint. Choosing energy-efficient data centers, implementing green cloud practices, it can align financial and environmental goals. Makes your whole strategy more resilient and responsible.
Okay, a lot to unpack there. It's clear this isn't a set it and forget it situation at all. And, you mentioned AI. I mostly hear about AI being a major cost driver, but you're saying it can actually be a tool for optimization. How does that work?
Yeah, that's a great point because AI's role here is definitely evolving fast. AI can analyze these huge amounts of cloud usage data, spot patterns humans would miss, and predict future resource needs with, frankly, remarkable accuracy, much better than guesswork. It can even automate allocating and deallocating resources, killing redundant stuff, trimming idle time. So instead of just being another line item on the bill, AI becomes this smart assistant, constantly making data-driven decisions to ensure you're only paying for what you actually need, precisely when you need it.
Using AI to fight the AI costs. Interesting. Okay, we've talked a lot about startups, but how do these strategies shift for larger enterprises? Are there distinct approaches based on company size?
Yeah, there's definitely a difference in scale and approach. It's quite fascinating. Enterprises often go for these incredibly complex, custom hybrid cloud models. Maybe a private cloud for super sensitive data, like patient records, combined with public cloud for high volume stuff. They also tend to build pretty robust in-house teams of cloud experts, manage sophisticated multi-regional setups for global collaboration. SMEs, on the other hand, they often lean towards off-the-shelf SaaS solutions, maybe outsource cloud management because they just don't have the internal resources. So you see enterprises focusing on this big, strategic, long-term digital transformation, while SMEs are often making more tactical moves for immediate cost savings and agility.
That makes sense. And this brings up IT staff augmentation. Given those different needs and the talent shortages everyone talks about, how does staff augmentation fit into optimizing cloud adoption for both startups and enterprises?
Yeah, staff augmentation. It's become a really strategic solution, honestly. With those global talent gaps in AML, cybersecurity, cloud engineering, it's tough to hire. So for startups, augmentation offers speed and agility. You get cost-effective access to specialized talent fast without that long recruitment cycle. Crucial for hitting MVP deadlines. For enterprises, it helps them scale teams rapidly for huge projects. Think big migrations, modernizing old systems. It fills critical skill gaps in emerging tech, like managing hyper-converged solutions, and gives them amazing flexibility in allocating resources, all while keeping strategic control. It's really about getting exactly the expertise you need, right when you need it, whether you're building out a complex VMware or Proxmox cluster, or managing sprawling public and private cloud environments.
Getting the right skills right now. Okay, so let's bring it all together. What's the bottom line for you, our listener, trying to navigate this cloud journey and really unlock its value?
I think the bottom line is cloud cost optimization. It's an ongoing process. It's absolutely not a one-time fix. It demands continuous monitoring, constant adjustment, and really fostering that culture of cost awareness across every team. Organizations have to stay informed about the new tools, the new technologies, cultivate critical thinking about their architectural choices, and understand that the true value of the cloud, it comes from both smart tech implementation and strategic oversight. It's all about making sure your investment delivers maximum value while also building resilience, ensuring you've got solid backup disaster recovery, and securing your whole infrastructure for the long haul.
What an insightful deep dive into cloud cost optimization. It's so clear that while the cloud offers these incredible advantages, speed, scale, efficiency, unlocking them really takes thoughtful strategy, continuous monitoring, and keeping a sharp eye on trends like AI. And from the startup launching an MVP to the huge enterprise managing a global footprint, those principles of smart cloud management, they seem pretty universal, even if the specifics differ.
Exactly. And like we discussed, ensuring data protection, security, alongside managing costs, it's paramount, whether that's through careful resource management, grabbing those discounts, using the latest tech, or building a strong FinOps framework. Staying proactive is absolutely the key to success here.
So here's one provocative thought for you to take away from this deep dive today. If optimizing costs and scaling smartly is truly a continuous journey, how will you ensure your team doesn't just react to today's cloud bill, but proactively designs for a financially and operationally optimized future? That's it for this deep dive. Thank you so much for joining us on techaily.ai. Before we go, a special mention from our sponsor, Stonefly. You can get a 100 TB immutable and air-gapped SSO NAS for just $8,995. Find out more at stonefly.com. We'll be back soon with another deep dive into the topics that matter to you.